And we're over. What's up, guys? It's Steve with hapgaming. Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Erik.
Kelly.
Jason.
and no Ricky today. This week we watched Independence Day Resurgence, directed by Roland Emmerich, written by Nicholas Wright and James Woods. Not that James Woods, the other James Woods. Starring Liam Hemsworth. I was going to say Liam Neeson's because that would be better than this.
Oh, that'd be so much better.
Yeah, he's the better of the two Liams.
Yeah. Starring Liam Hemsworth. Whatever.
How many hands does he
Just
want?
starting around. Come on, boy. I'm Liam Hemsworth. I'm gonna make this work for your hand. Come on.
He was strutting around in this movie.
Australian
So.
accent.
Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman. IMDb synopsis. 2 decades after the first Independence Day invasion, Earth is faced with a new extrasolar threat. But will mankind's new space defense be enough?
I
What'd
can
you guys
answer that
think?
question. The answer to whether new space defense be enough, the answer is no.
No, it wasn't. See, this movie ended with a happy ending, and I really was hoping that it would just be like everything's fucked and they got to go take the big sphere thing and just go somewhere else. I think that would have been a better ending for this thing.
You know what happens, though? That big sphere thing ends up just growing to a nearly unimaginable size to protect them from the enemy, and then it's destiny.
Oh, yeah, it's basically Destiny. Okay. You had to jump to that? You couldn't just keep going with it? Couldn't think of any other things that happen in Destiny? Oh, that's right. There's no story in Destiny.
There's no story in Destiny, man. So basically,
There's ridiculous action in that too.
basically, it's like Independence Day 2. They nailed Destiny with this one.
Yeah.
Well, the ending was very much like fucking video game style. You beat the big ship, and then, oh, look at that. The queen has a giant shield, and she's walking around with tentacles and stuff like that. It's like, okay, this is the last boss. This is her final form. So.
Yeah. It felt like one of those Japanese animes or like a Metal Gear game where you're like, all right, I kicked its ass. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And
There's
then,
another Metal Gear inside of that Metal Gear. Oh, no.
and then he's like, shoot him in the glowy spots around the tentacles.
That's right.
Shoot her in the taint.
That's her weak spot.
And Erik was like, I've seen this, only it was a porno.
I was like, the whole time when he like, okay, so the I gotta say, whoever wrote the script in this was like either really, really high or had just come off of a string of watching Disney TV shows, or like Full House or something, because all of the vocals, everybody's dialogue was the silliest, like most obvious. It was like watching almost like a comic book, like looking at a comic book where they say, they try and fill it in. So like, there's a part where Bill Pullman locks himself in the room, right?
Yeah.
So the woman, his daughter runs up and she's like, "Oh, Dad, it's too dangerous," right? You know what she would say in real life? She's like a military person. She'd run and be like, "What the fuck are you doing, you idiot? Don't lock yourself in the room, you idiot! You're so dumb. This is just like you to do this. Here we are. We're trying to save the world. What are you doing? Locking yourself in the room with an alien so it can tentacle you, because that's what would have happened. That thing would have just tentacled him, and that's how it was running his mouth. The 2 tentacles right up his butt. It's like,
I totally agree with you, Erik, but don't you dare put this on the same level as Full House. Full House had good lessons and everything. This was beyond dumb. Like, it was just like these dubbed in voices. It didn't even go. Like, it's just weird. Something was not right with the sound quality and language and stuff on this.
Yeah.
But so don't put it on the same kind of level of Full House. Just saying.
Well, see, Erik, this is the new age military. This is like whatever, how long in the future? I guess it's just about the same time as it is now. But they've got all this stuff. So there's a bunch of PC shit going through. So the military people in this world don't cuss and all that stuff.
That's right.
They're not allowed to. You don't see anybody smoking a cigar or anything like that.
It's the Puritan military.
That's right.
I mean,
nobody's smoking a cigar, all that shit. It just.
I mean, maybe they should start using th at the end of their words.
It's a good thing Will Smith wasn't in this one, because he would have had a cigar at the end.
Yeah. Then they would be like, "Oh, nobody smokes anymore."
That's right.
I mean,
Smoking is a bad word.
See, this movie proves that Apple is trying to destroy the world. Okay, so the old MacBook, he uses it to save the world. right?
Mhm.
He uses his little old Mac laptop and he hacks his way into the alien stuff. This time, you know what? He doesn't even have one anymore because the keyboard is so shitty. He knows that if a hair falls in there, he's going to mistype something and just totally fuck everybody. So he just smashed it. Fuck that. I'm not even going to bother. Like the entire plot line of the other movie where they're like, you can easily hack into this crap right here. Oh, look, disabled the shield, bitch. And this time we're just like, okay, let's just try shooting a smaller version of the gun they had to destroy the energy shield that we really don't know what the capability is.
Yeah.
I mean, what? And then they wait. You know what this really feels like? This feels like, you know, when you first do like a raid in Destiny, right? And you got to have timing.
Yeah.
What they did was they had the guy operating the plasma cannon. He's the noob who's never done anything before. So they're like, all right, fire now. And the guy's like, wait, what? Oh, shit. Hold on. What's the button? How do I zoom in with my sniper scope? Oh, shit.
Are you saying?
Get off.
So you're saying it's like playing with Jason?
Yeah.
Well,
There's other people in our party, I would say, that are more like that activity.
Destiny's one of the
than
few
Jason.
games I can usually pull
Me?
off pretty well.
Yes. I've got video of Kelly standing. You guys remember that? Well, I guess we're talking about Destiny. Anyways, you guys remember that strike where we have to shoot the walker in Destiny 1, and it's like that big open thing?
Yeah.
And it's like a really long distance. I have video and audio of Kelly at the end of it, like this far, like sniper distance, shooting a shotgun at it, and then saying, "I don't know what Eric's talking about. Shotguns fucking suck." She hit it though. It had 1 damage. She's like, "This thing fucking sucks." I'm like, "Oh my god!" No.
Well, I get like so like you know what button? There's too many buttons. I get you know like just get like oh, but yeah. Once I calm down, shotguns are amazing.
Yeah,
Every game
you do great now. I'm just saying that, like when you first started.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Kelly, what happened was they hired you on your very first day of the job. This shit happened, and you're like, I
Yeah.
haven't even had my coffee.
Right.
My husband woke me up at 2 a.m. This is bullshit. I was late to showing up. You know, you guys got only decaf coffee. The buttons are all backwards. This is bullshit. And the guy's like, hit the button.
Which one? A teenager did it.
Don't yell at me. You're making it worse.
I am what I am, and that's all I am.
So I like that they brought some people back from the first movie. You know, you've got Jeff Goldblum, Bill Pullman, fucking Judd Hirsch comes back. Hirsch.
Will Smith had signed to be in it, but he chose to be in a shittier movie instead, and they were both shitty movies.
What was he in?
He was in Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't think that was shittier.
I think
No.
it was. He chose Suicide Squad over this.
Definitely
I think that
not
was a bad
shittier.
choice.
Yeah, no, not shittier.
It was a bad choice, but I think Suicide Squad had some all right parts, where this one didn't really have much of that. It wasn't. It wasn't
with
great.
some better editing.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think you could fix this movie with editing.
No.
You'd have to like redub voices and stuff. It'd have to look like a Japanese anime.
Not like a Japanese
with different
mayonnaise.
people, with them re-saying their lines to fix the movie,
Yeah.
and it would have to be like an hour shorter. Suicide Squad, you could do a little, like basically just cut out Joker,
Cut out Joker.
You'd be a
Cut
lot
out
better.
Killer Croc.
Yeah,
And
just blur
you
them
know,
out. That'd
we-
be even better. Just put them in the shadows. Just
Yeah.
blur them out so it's always dark.
And we definitely we don't know who Jai Courtney is. I mean, we know
All right,
him,
thanks
but
for the
every
follow.
time we see him, we're just like, oh, he's in this, and then we forget that he was in the movie. So,
Yeah.
So it's just like, he's very forgetful. Yeah. So Brent Spiner came back also, which I thought his character died in the first one.
I don't know if he's very forgetful, but he's very forgettable.
Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was in that fucking Die Hard movie that we all forgot that we watched.
Oh, wait, I guess he is very forgettable, isn't he?
So Brent Spiner did an amazing job.
Yeah, he was fucking
And
great.
If we ever need, I think after watching him in this, if he lost some weight and then could learn how to use foul language, I think we're looking at a pretty good alternate universe Rick for that.
He would be pretty
mean,
good. Yeah.
He's pretty good. Like he had the crazy hair, like just cut it a little bit so it sticks out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I thought
Right?
he died. I thought he died in the first one too, but they never actually said he was dead.
No,
so.
I mean you basically
No.
see him like on the ground, like looks like he's dead, but I guess he went into a
He's
coma
tough.
from the thing. I want the. So have you guys seen the what's his name? Oh fuck, I just had it. Patrick Stewart. He's in talks to do another Star Trek. I'm assuming TV show, maybe a movie, as Jean-Luc Picard.
Really?
Yeah. So if he's doing that, I really would. I think it'd be great if they got Brent Spiner back there, fucking playing Data and.
How are they going to explain him aging?
Well,
Battle
no,
damage.
he does that to himself in like some of the other stuff. You just actually have realistic aging where it's not just making Brent Spiner
Yeah.
look older. You know, he does that
Well,
in
yeah,
the
I
last
think-
episode where he
I
like
think
grays his hair and
he
shit.
got real skin put on him in one of the movies.
Yeah, he does. That's right.
That explains it perfectly.
So
yeah.
I would, and I'm sure fucking Michael Dorn would love to get all that shit back on his head because he's been trying to get a Worf movie for fucking ever.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
like-
maybe he just doesn't feel normal without all that shit on his
Yeah,
face.
he just can't do it. He's like, I got to do it. I got to get into a fucking Star Trek movie again.
He's in a Castle episode, and
Yeah.
he's like a therapist or something. And he's talking to Castle, and I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? He sounds totally familiar. So I'm like, I just closed my eyes for a second. He starts talking. I'm like, that's fucking Worf. You can't even recognize him with all the shit on his face.
It's one of those things where I wish you had like for whatever reason like Klingon forehead ridge like cutout thing. You just put it on the
Yeah.
screen. You're like, okay, yeah, that's Worf.
That'd be
Oh, you know what'd be a
hilarious.
fucking badass thing to be able to do on a TV, like a Snapchat filter, but on the TV.
Yeah.
So you could be like Klingon shit on his face and then poke it at the guy. Oh, that's Worf.
Damn it.
That'd be awesome. You could make shitty TV shows so much better. You could give everybody faces and shit. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
You know,
man.
I could see Jason's would just be like dick in the mouth, dick in the eye, jizz on the forehead, and he's over there like, oh shit, my wife's almost home. Fuck, delete. Erik came over.
I told him this was inappropriate for Athena. He did it anyways.
Can
such
you
a
believe
dick.
what Athena's drawing on the screen? Oh man. The most useless person to come back in this fucking thing was Vivica A. Fox. If you're gonna be in the fucking movie, be in the movie. Like, don't just fucking die right away. I don't really
Yeah.
get that whole. What the fuck was the point of that? You didn't really
The
need to
scene
show
on the
that
rooftop?
whatsoever. Yeah, it was just like that was the only part she's in, and then she fucking dies right there. And it's like, okay,
Who?
Vivica A. Fox. She was
Will
Will Smith's
Smith's
wife
wife
in
in
the
the
first
other
one.
Oh yeah, she died right in the beginning. That's right. The building collapsed. and
Yeah,
she
it was like,
fell.
what's the fucking? What was the point?
Mom!
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
It's not,
I don't know.
I didn't like how the daughter was not the same because the daughter who played Bill Pullman's daughter in Independence Day #1
Mm-hmm.
is on Good Girls right now as an actress, has been
She's a very
acting.
good actress.
So
That's
they
why
decided
she wasn't in the
hey,
movie. She
Let's
was good.
just no, she was never even asked.
Not even asked.
Oh.
Instead, they're like,
Yeah.
oh no, let's have this other girl who I didn't think too much of her acting. Okay, maybe it's like maybe the dialogue and stuff. It's like one of those things where
Well, she had
you
she had like red hair, so that's all I could see.
Yeah. that's pretty much. I think that's what the director was like. Oh, all right.
He was like, "Oh, she's pretty good looking. Let's use her." The other girl's pretty good looking too, though. So whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's silly. Anyways, then the kid's different. I don't
Yeah.
know why they had any of the like. What the hell the point of any of that was?
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been good if they would have gotten, who the fuck played the kid in the first one?
I don't know, but they should have brought him back. He would have been old enough. It's been 20 years.
He played in Little Rascals, and I think he just stopped playing
Just stopped
and
acting.
stuff. Yeah.
Probably had some bad thing happen to him
Yeah,
because that's what happens on those sets. That's the shits.
yeah. I can't find him on the original. Oh wait, nope, that's not him. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But why have his character in there? Like they could have had a picture of him, and be like, "Yep, they all died. That's the shits."
Yeah. It was very much like they just had to connect it somehow. They had to be like, okay, so we have an Air Force guy that is, all right, yeah, he's gonna be Will Smith's kid. Yeah, okay, so we'll just bring him back. And then I think somewhere in the comic books, Will Smith's character dies, and that's where his character is supposed to go. So they wanted to make the the comics canon or some shit. I don't know.
There's comic books on this?
Yeah, there's comic books on
Probably
everything.
way better than the movie.
I'm sure they are.
Oh.
It's just
Yeah.
I don't get it. It doesn't make all that kind of stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. You bring back all these other people, and then you don't bring back the two kids that totally could be in the movie and kind of connect it all. But nah, whatever. Just fuck it.
It sounds like we all agree Independence Day 1 was a lot better.
Oh, of course it was.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
fucking great.
Well, I mean, this movie is so unbelievable. Like, first off, the Earth is flat. Like, that's well established. Secondly, we all know that this alien stuff is bullshit that the government has made up to distract us from the real thing, interdimensional demons. Okay? That's what's actually trying to get us.
Oh man.
And they're trying to trick us. That's what they're doing. They just want to trick everybody. They're like, no, the Earth is round. All of the Bible shit's bullshit. Okay? That's all. That's just science, right? But in real life, demons. They're going to come for you.
What if these guys are interdimensional demons, and that's why they're drilling a hole to the core
In your ass?
so they can make a what's that called? They can make
Put
a portal
an extension
to
on
the
hell?
other dimension. Yeah.
Fucking hell's getting a little chilly. We need some more lava. Those people are assholes. Let's go. I mean, I tell you what, I've seen our planet on the news, and we're all dicks, so we're not a bad choice for that. If you look at the galactic thing, like I was watching this stupid thing or reading an article. I can't remember if I listened to it or read an article. Somebody goes, "Okay, that's fucking funny." Anyway, so I was reading this article, and it's like, God damn it, that totally sidetracked me, motherfucker.
Well, now it's on.
All right.
the thing.
Anyways, I'm reading this article.
Everybody saw it.
Well,
It's on the stream.
There was nothing wrong with it. It was just showing what happened to the dinosaurs on a flat Earth.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is get in an airplane.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do, and then go. Well, you can see the curve, or I don't know, go on top of the nearest mountain and go. Why can't I see Mount Everest?
Or go to like Ohio or Texas or Nevada and see how flat the Earth is that you can see it curve. Like when you're looking out over the horizon when you're driving on a flat, straight road for 200 miles.
Well, this is the thing. So, like, I was listening. I like to listen to some of that stuff because it's fun to think about. Like, like for instance, all of us have never done any of the actual experiments to prove that the Earth is round, right? We've just been told it in science books, and we're like, yep, that's it. Now, some of us have been in airplanes, and we're like, it looks round.
Yeah.
It doesn't look flat. I've been on top of mountains most of my life, and it doesn't look flat from there either. Okay, so I'm just saying. But, all right, so we haven't actually done the science. So you never know. It could be we actually have no idea about other dimensions or parallel universes. There could be all kinds of wacky shit that we have no idea about. And we're like one button on the sliders, remote from having to deal with some really shitty stuff. That would suck. Like, like the little gray aliens just show up and they're like, we're taking your shit. You guys suck. Oh, that's what okay, now I remember finally after Jason's thing distracted me. So this article was like, well, the results are in. There's nothing near us. There's no aliens. We haven't found them or received any signals, so they're not there.
They don't exist.
They don't exist. So my whole thing is like, first off, they're not biological beings, probably. They would be androids. They'd be drones, right?
Yeah.
That's why they seem like they're cold, unfeeling, and they stick their finger in your butt because they're programmed. So they show up. They're just like super technologically advanced. They just show up and they're like, all right, let's see what these guys are all about. And we're over there doing all the stuff. Like, could you imagine them looking at us 200,000 years ago? This is what they'd zoom in and there'd be a guy hiding in the bushes watching another dude bang a lady. Okay. She'd probably be like crying and stuff because there's no manners back then at all. There's no alcohol either. So You know, so then the aliens are looking at this, and then the next thing you know, he sneaks up behind the guy and hits him in the back of the head with a rock, and then jumps on top of the woman. All right, that's what people are, and aliens are like, oh my god, do you see this shit? Look at these fucking. How do they even? And basically, I think we're like,
Oh my god,
I think we're like the idiot savants of beings that can think.
dude.
Okay, we can like talk and kind of figure stuff out, but we're just like dangerous. We're just like we're like a really klutzy kid who's like 10 feet tall in a china shop, and now we have nukes, and they're like, oh fuck, they got nukes. What do we get? You know what? We're gonna intercept all the signals that they might see. Everybody, shut up. I think we're like the Predator aliens, and they're like 4 feet tall, and they're like, if one of these fucks gets on the planet, they're gonna fucking destroy us. We can't have these guys here.
Yeah.
Did you see what Arnold Schwarzenegger did in that movie Commando? He killed 300 people. He didn't even aim.
No. They wouldn't know it was a movie. It was a documentary to them.
That's right.
It'd be like fucking. What the hell was it? Space Quest?
Yes,
Commando.
just like Space Quest.
Yeah. Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Yeah. Well,
That's a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah, it is great. We haven't watched it, have we?
We haven't watched that one, I don't think. I have recently too.
So my thought of that is like, they say, in their minds definitively there's no aliens, but look at how much shit we discover in the fucking ocean, and how like compared to space, there's it's so much smaller, and we haven't discovered everything in the fucking ocean. You can't say there's nothing in space. How do we know there's not fucking aliens underwater? They're not really aliens, I guess, but how do we know there's not underwater people? So I mean, just come on. You can't say that there's not anything out there. And
I think go ahead, Jason.
Technically, we're all from space because our planet is made from space dust. We're made from space dust. We're all just aliens.
That's true. We're all extraterrestrials.
That's right.
So my favorite argument against aliens visiting us is we can't get there from here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to use that argument. Okay. We're going to role play a game. I'm a Native American out in a canoe, and I just looked at a giant boat with a bunch of crazy blonde-haired white people on it, and I'm going to swim. I'm going to paddle my canoe fucking fast as fuck back and then run to camp. And I'm going to go, oh, hey, Chief, there's a whole bunch of fucking weird-looking white people out there, and they've got a humongous ship. What the fuck? And you know what he'd say? What are you talking about? You can't make a ship that big. And where would they even have come from? We've been all around here. You can't go any farther than that on a boat. You're an idiot. You're a crazy kook. And that's, who sees the aliens? Fishermen.
Yeah.
That's why, you know what? They might tell a little story about, oh, my fish was 85 feet long. Yeah, they're going to make up shit about that. But when they go, an alien spaceman went down, picked me up, stuck his finger in my butt, and then let me down. Well, you know what? That might be true. I watched Discovery Channel. They did it to Greenland sharks. They cut a hole in the ice, drug it up. The guy's like, whoosh, boom, right in the thing's butt. Oh, this one's a chick. Throws it down. That Greenland shark has an alien abduction, and he's probably in a support group right now. I can't believe what they did. I couldn't breathe. It was so scary. It was really bright light. They put me on this flat, cold thing. Finger in my butt.
Oh man!
My God, that sounds just like our stories.
So this fucking spaceship is so fucking massive. I feel there's no way the Earth would have survived any of this shit. It would have just been gone. It would have just, it took out like a quarter of the fucking moon, just like running right through it. So
wouldn't it have like drug the moon off? I mean, it seems
it had its
that big would have affected the gravity. Like literally, just been like the moon's like, oh fuck this! Now there's extra mass. I'm gonna fall towards it.
Well, they said that it had its own gravity too, so it's just like the Earth would have just been
big.
gone.
It would have its own gravity.
Yes.
Oh my God! Do you think they meant like it has its own gravity drive?
They weren't inside of it though, right? So I mean, I guess they got in there. Fuck, I'm trying to remember the end of this movie now. I really fucking glossed over this fucking thing. What happened in this movie, guys?
They got the ship way before the end of the movie.
Oh man, yeah. See, I glossed over this fucking movie real bad. I remember alien tentacle thing at the end. I remember laser gun cutting up a sphere, and I remember
This was way before. They're in some like what looks like Kelly. What are those flowers at my mom's house? The like weird looking ones that I always were weed eating and I joked about, and they got kind of flat bladed things.
Oh shit, that's right. They came out and they're flying the ships and they said they were smoking. That's right. Okay, yeah, I know. I remember that part now.
That's gonna bug me through the whole podcast now, Eric.
Well, my mom's watching. Maybe she'll be like,
"Oh, rhododendron."
I don't think that's. I don't know.
Azaleas?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh my god, I can't remember. I'm so dumb.
I'm not a flower dude.
You're not, Eric? You could have fooled
No.
me. You could have fooled me.
I know roses that have thorns that pricks like me. That's all I know. Because I'm dumb.
Right,
I'm just like, ow, dickhead.
You probably know pyracantha.
No, I don't know shit.
You don't deal with that up in the woods? It's got huge ass
I
thorns.
destroy flowers. I hate them, little bastards. Actually, what I'm dealing with up right now where I'm at is this nasty shit called vine maple. Oh my god. That stuff is the worst. It's like spiky and there's like, it's so hard.
That's what she said.
Oh god. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Its fucking tentacles were made of vine maple. Oof. I tell you what, I would not want to fuck with the ent. That was the vine maple ent. It'd be like a twig, and it'd fucking punch you and break your head off because that shit is so stout.
So I mean, we would definitely like what's that called? Benefit off of watching that fucking ship dig into the ocean, right? I mean, no fucking reason not to. Be rich after that shit.
Oh yeah, I would. If I was out there on a ship and I'd do the same thing they did.
It's like, yeah, we're rich now.
You
Fuck
guys
yeah.
all know that me and Steve would have been like, yeah, we'll watch it. And Jason would have been like, we should have held out for money. And I'd be like, there's no way they'd give us any money for this. Idiot. Come on.
Yeah.
Or it's the fate of the world. We're all going to die if we don't watch it. They'll pay us if we survive.
Then Steve and I are like yelling at each other playing ping pong. You fucking cheated. Fuck you. The fucking gravity thing moved it. Move the ball. The lag got me. That's what I'd be saying. Yeah. It's fucking too laggy.
Oh, you sound like Jason then.
Jules, no, that's
and that would be why the math was so wrong. Be like, I thought we had 7 hours. It turns out we got 10 minutes, guys. We're all gonna die in 10 minutes. My math was way off. Turns out that they were digging a lot faster than my math said they were.
I'd be yelling, "Grab the lube! Let's try and fuck our way out of here!"
Damn it. So they were definitely setting us up for a fucking a third one. And I don't think this did well enough that they're ever going to get another.
Well, the first one, I believe, did fairly well, and it took them 20 years to make another one, so chances are we'll never get it.
Yeah. Look up box office. It made, I mean, it made money, but it was still not great. It did not make money in America. 165 million budget, 103 million box office in America, and then 389 in the rest of the world. 389 million.
I don't know.
Do you think if they would have... Go ahead.
They kept going with The Matrix, and those ones just went downhill with every one of them.
Well, it's because they filmed them all at the same time.
Oh, so
they all made money, though.
Yeah.
Not in America. Not after the first one.
But that one, they kind of had to put it all out because they filmed it all right away.
Yeah.
It was all the same.
So they were like, well, shit, now we might as well finish. It's already filmed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like the second Matrix. I like the fight scenes. The fight scene where he fights.
Is that the one with the robots, or was that the third one? I'm talking like the mechs, you know.
That was the third and fourth one.
I think that's the third one.
There's only 3 of them, Jason.
There's 4.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them.
He's talking about the animatrix.
You're talking about the animated one?
No. I'm talking about the one that I just made up in my head because it was better than all 3 put together.
No. Yeah, the second one's got that really good car chase on the highway with the ghost guys.
Yeah, that one's awesome. That's a good car
chase.
Then
it also has the fight scene
with Smith.
where he takes the volleyball or the what is that thing called where you hit tetherball? Ripped it out and hits him in the head. And I've always wanted to do that.
You wanted to rip a tetherball out of the ground and then hit somebody with it?
Yeah, because we had one of those. like I don't know how it showed up, but we had one in our backyard with the concrete, and it's really heavy. You can't just pick that thing up and wing it around.
Yeah.
How it showed up, it isn't like it's not like a Superman just flies in.
I don't know. There's might be things that happen that cause it to show up that I don't know how that happened.
All right.
Erik went to sleep and woke up in a slightly different reality, and he never really noticed.
You know what I was thinking about? I sometimes wonder about that. Like, you know how you have a close call? What if you just split reality? You know, you guys ever have like a really close call where it seems like you like blacked out for a second or just something's different?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I sometimes wonder if that's where you just split, like you just left that universe because you died. Like, what if when you die, like you never actually know that you die? So like you just split off into another one, right?
Yeah.
So there's universes where, you know, when I was driving home from the titty bar and tried to pass the truck and my truck didn't, you know, the turbo quit. And then at the last second it engaged and went when I was like 20 years old and I avoided the other oncoming truck. I probably killed like 6 people in that accident from being a stupid ass. Okay. That universe sucks. So I wonder how many times that's happened. Can you like,
what I'm getting from you is when you're like 112, you just start dying repeatedly really fast until you're in a death loop running through these realities, basically. That's
well, I mean, there's probably other parallel universes where we have better medical technology. Like one of the, you know, like what if the thing that caused the massive human die-off around 10,000 BC or whatever didn't happen? We would be way more advanced than we are now. Because I think I was listening to something. It said we got down to like 500 or 600 people at around 10,000 BC or 12,000.
That's questionable.
Because they had like well, that's what the genetic record said.
Well, I know, no, not that. I'm just saying it's questionable that we'd be more advanced than we are now. I mean, chances are the dumbest people died first. So
well, because there's like some new evidence that geologist guy was looking at the Sphinx, right? And he's looking at it, he's like, this thing looks like it's been rained on for like thousands of years, but the Nile hasn't had sufficient rainfall for like 9,000 years. So it's possible we were at the making the Sphinx thing before the massive die-off, and then that happened, and then we were down to nothing, and it took us forever to be able to like make a pyramid.
Yeah. Well, and not just die-off, but like the burning of the library at Alexandria. You know, there's some stuff that says there was possibly a steam engine in there, or the plans for one. So shit like that. You know, we could have had shit a lot earlier.
Well, I mean, people get to a certain point, and then it just goes like this. Like, think about this: somebody made an airplane, took off. 50 years later, we used one to drop an atomic bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, that is nuts. We're 100 years. I think we're are we just like a little bit past 100 years away from inventing an airplane, and we now have iPhones?
Yeah. It's just
it's
technology.
nuts.
It's a crazy. They have there's a word for that, and I don't remember what the fuck it is right now. But just the technology jumps that happen, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
Well, then they talk about
anytime that the technology starts to slow down, they allow somebody like Bill Gates a quick glimpse at the alien aircraft they have at Area 51, and they steal a little bit of technology from that and boost us forward again.
Yeah, and then Brent Spiner makes a laser.
Yeah, that's right.
I tell you I tell you guys what's weird, right? So I was listening to this thing that was recorded in the early 90s, and the guy's talking about, we're looking at this guy who says he was at Roswell, right? And he's like, we had this, EMF thing, and we kept getting the signal at 2.4 gigahertz. And we're like, what the hell is that all about? You know what's at 2.4 gigahertz? Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. So like the ship crashed and the Bluetooth, like the music Bluetooth was going. And they're like, God, what the fuck is this weird signal? They wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
or time
that's
travelers.
Scary. They could be. I mean, I don't know. I hope we're not the first civilization. That would super suck. Then again, they're not going to show. Well, I don't think they'd show up and goof around with us. We're just. I think we're like the bees. They're like, oh God, look at these fucking things. We don't need to deal with these guys. Just nope, get them out of here. We're the zoo. They're the zoo, and they don't want the poop throwing monkeys around.
What we don't know
Like,
is the Milky Way solar system, after they discovered our planet and saw how fucked up we are and how we're always at war and everything, literally has like an army around it at all times. So if we ever make it beyond the Milky Way, we're instantly blown out of the sky.
Yeah.
It's like in South Park. We're just the reality TV show for the rest of the galaxy.
We might be.
They put us all on the fucking planet and then let us go, and they're like, "Oh, this is fucking hilarious! Look at these idiots!"
Guys, like,
Oh my god!
do you see this? Do you see this carrot guy? Let's get this guy to be the fucking president.
Yeah.
What?
They actually influence us. We
Yeah.
didn't even
Yeah,
know
and
it.
it's like, I'm gonna make some Facebook posts. That's what's gonna fix it.
They'd have like 37 channels of our planet. One of them would literally just be sex.
It'd be like the Nature Show. You'd have like some British guy
It would
doing a voiceover for it and stuff like that.
That's right.
They're over there like, oh my God, Dave, this looks like me and that woman I abducted. Can you believe they even got the tentacles right? How did they know?
Oh man, that
I think
that crazy ancient aliens guy is actually an alien, and he just goes on and spouts a bunch of stuff, looking like he's insane. That way we don't actually, you're like, oh, anybody who believes in aliens is totally crazy, just like this guy, just really push us off, like, and then you get some of those. Then they got the nutters that actually believe and all this stuff, and they've been abducted and all this stuff, and they're talking about it on the news, like the guy who had sex with the alien. And
Oh my God.
They just like let all that shit go out.
I can see it now. They send an alien down here, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna fuck this up. Flat Earth. It is a flat Earth."
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. We need to get these nuts distracted because I think they know what's actually going on. Let's pretend like we're gonna trick them. We're gonna make them think that we made up the alien bit to trick them, to get them away from the,
The truth.
And then the guy, one of the guys who's talking about, is like, "Yeah, I just don't trust criminals." I'm like, but you're taking stuff that criminals have said and then trying to use it against them. One of the things that I did find out that's kind of creepy is like that Werner von Braun guy.
Yeah.
That guy was a shady dude. He was like a really, I think that's the head Nazi guy, right? I didn't say his name
He
wrong.
was like head science guy. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
I guess at their camp, the rocket manufacturing place that he ran,
Mm-hmm.
they would hang the 6 slowest Jews.
Yeah.
And he came over with Operation Paperclip. Was like, I didn't have anything to do with all that. I'm super smart. I mean, I made a working rocket. So somebody should have, done something mean to that guy. But he made it the whole way.
Yep.
Turd.
Died in 7.
And again, we did keep the Russians from blowing us up, I guess. Isn't that nuts?
Some of his buddies,
that's where we.
some of his buddies went over there, so they were like both developing the thing. It was this fucking his rival in the science community in Nazi Germany went to Russia.
Oh, that guy was like, I should have listened to him. I should have went to jail. Oh
Exactly.
God, this sucks so bad
See
here.
how much awesome shit they have over there in fucking America.
Ah,
This is
they have Coca-Cola
horrible.
cans everywhere. What am I doing? I'm over here with a bag of rice. This is bullshit. Oh, I'm not saying anything bad. Don't shoot me. Oh, crap.
He's eating burgers all the fucking time. I'm getting nothing over here.
He's fat. I'm over here. I'm starving to death. Oh, I hate this place.
Oh man.
That's scary. Have you guys seen any of the Americans?
No, I haven't. That's the next one
So-
on my list, I think.
Yeah, so there's some bits later on in the seasons where they show somebody shopping in Russia, and I mean I'm real because everything else is accurate, so I'm really hoping this is accurate.
Mhm.
When you see the store, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, how do they even function?"
Well, there's some of those there's some of those documentaries, or people filming in North Korea, and their stores set up that are like fake stores. So when they're driving Westerners around, they see these stores that totally look awesome, but everything in it's fake, and they just have people going in, so they believe that it's everything's normal and shit. So
I saw that in the interview.
there's that, yes, but there's also in real life that shit actually happens. So
Yeah, it's not a good way to do it.
no,
That's why you don't want equality of outcome, because then everybody's life is shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, so one of the things I've been thinking about, because eventually robots are going to do everything for us, even though some people, like my dad, are like, it'll never get that bad. They just can't do it as good. I'm like, eventually they're going to be able to do it. They can almost drive as good as a person now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, the Tesla car was like, oh, crazy bitch approaching the roadway. Floor it. She's running straight at the road.
Yeah.
She wants to die.
You know what's really there's a guardrail. Drive right at it as fast as you can.
I tell you what, I had this nightmare where I was riding in my my self-driving car, and I'm half asleep. I wake up and I'm looking around, and then the screen goes, "Fuck you, humans!" And then we all just crashed. Like every car on the road just veered off and crashed and exploded. And I was like, "Holy shit!" You know how many people during rush hour, the AI could kill in one shot if everybody's in a self-driving car?
So when it comes out, you should watch Upgrade, because there's it's not really a spoiler because there's, it's right in the beginning of the thing, but basically the car's, goes all funky and fucking just drives it off into some place it shouldn't be and shit. So something like that. So
yeah,
we'll have to do that one for a podcast too. It's a good podcast movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I mean, that would be nuts. But I was thinking like maybe people could just go back to being farmers. And I mean, here's the dumb thing. This is silly. We've been trying to avoid all this physical exercise that, everybody's like, oh my God, I don't want to actually have to dig or do anything. Now people are paying money to exercise at a gym and to lay and get sun so that they don't farm.
I guarantee you,
where they could get something.
Most of those people that work out at a gym all the time, if I had them do one day of work where I work, they'd be fucking dead because they couldn't swing a pickaxe for 8 fucking hours.
That's right, but eventually they would be able to.
Eventually, but that first day would kill them.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, if I had to do it, I would be complaining so hard in my mind and be like, I can't quit till Jason quits, so suck it up. All right, I tell you what, I'm going to hit him with the pick, and then we can go home. So 45 minutes in, Jason's like, oh, you hit me right in the fucking leg with that. Oh, God, we got to go to the doctor. And I'd be like, oh, that was weird. Sorry about that. I slipped.
Except the way I am, I'd be like, I expect you to be to that point right there because that's where we'd be had I been here. So you're going to have to work twice as hard. I'm going to the hospital.
No, I'd be like, I have to drive you. You're not going to make it with that light. I'd talk you into it. We both know that would happen.
Probably.
I got to make sure you make it. You could pass out with that wound. Oh, my God. You can't. Plus, you'll get blood all over Steve's car. He's the only one with a car. Because that's how it would be. We'd be doing the farming, and somehow Steve would be having the car.
It just wouldn't be. It'd be the same car I'm driving now. It'd still be a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, that's about where we'll end up. We'll have like a 3D printer in the barn to make tools and stuff, and then everything else we're just gonna be like, I guess we're just gonna farm because the robots are gonna make stuff. Like at some point,
robots can already farm better than humans.
I mean, at some point, in the 1800s, there's like a crap load of documentation in the 17 and 1800s of pioneers and settlers just being like, fuck this. And then they just go join an Indian tribe.
Yeah.
Or Native American tribe. And then that's just what they do. They just are like, this is so much better. Yeah. I know these people here. We just go, we deal with the hard stuff together. I mean, I think maybe people are just so wired to be doing that. Maybe we're kidding ourselves. It's like, we got to at least change school because this whole factory training crap needs to be done with. Because that's what schools are. They're just factory training. They get you in there at a certain, the idea of being late to work is only like 150 years old or 100, 200 years old.
Yeah.
They didn't have nobody had a watch in 1700. You just go out and you start work when you get up.
Yeah,
and then when it's dark, you quit.
Just like, around lunchtime.
Yeah.
And who knows when that is? It's between, this and this.
Yeah. And there was days. Yeah, what'll work for you for the day. Yeah. That's it.
My job's supposed to have a starting time and quitting time. I don't really adhere to it. I usually show up to work around 8 o'clock. Supposed to start at 7:30. I usually leave about 5 in the afternoon. Supposed to leave at 4. It's just, whenever I get done, I get done. I don't really give a shit. I just do my job. Nobody seems to care because I get shit done.
That's because you don't have like a really hardcore guy. Like if you had one of those super rule followers, you'd be having to deal with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we
You
did
don't have
that. We did that before at mine, and now like because if you showed up late, you just made it up. You know, you took a shorter lunch, you worked a little later, whatever. Now, if you fucking show up, you know, whatever, I think 7 minutes late, you're fucking marked down. You get a point. You can only get like 5 points, and they fire your ass or some shit. It's just like, yeah, okay, that's great. That's real motivational. That's really good. So
Yeah, it's all stick. There's
Yeah.
no carrot.
Yeah.
It's just all stick.
You know
and the
what?
only reason it's there is because there's assholes that would there'd be like one
Take
or two
advantage
people that
of
would
it.
take advantage of it. So as soon as somebody starts taking advantage of it, Jason, that's when they'll start changing it up.
Probably. But see, I work late to make up the difference,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
So did I. I did the same thing, or I would just take a shorter lunch and be fine.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, there's some people
You
it
can't do that.
bothers. Like my grandpa and his brother had a plumbing business. So my great uncle would drive to where he would leave his house in Sonoma County at like 5:30 in the morning to make it to San Francisco and have to deal with rush hour traffic.
yeah,
My grandpa would leave at 8 o'clock and show up at 9 because he didn't deal with rush hour traffic. So they would argue and have fights, and he's like, "I don't know why you're so dumb. You'd insist on driving to work and have it take 4 hours.
yeah,
It's an hour drive. Just don't deal with the traffic. We'll just start a little later. We'll go home a little later. We don't have any traffic on the way there and none on the way back.
yeah.
But I told the guys they gotta be here at 8. Well, you know but that's a temperament thing. Just those people in the world, and they're good at some crap. You know, like you tell them this shit needs to be done in a month. They get that shit done in a month,
Yeah.
or everybody quits them. We can do.
Yeah.
But like the aliens are looking at us and they're like, "Can you believe these idiots? What are they doing?" I was even wondering, what if in other planets, like some other planets, the beings don't eat each other? Like that never started happening.
Wait,
Like so
they
it's
just
just
eat plants?
plants.
so like,
Yeah, it's just like kind of like plants. You know, we're herbivores that eat the plants and that's it. There's no carnivores.
I like cow.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that's a good idea, but
And
like,
bacon.
let's say that like 50,000 years ago they land and there's this bear out there, and the bear's looking at him and they're like, "Hey Steve, look at this weird looking furry thing. Can you believe it? Hey pal, how's it going? Why is he charging us? Oh, he's kind of a dick. Oh shit. Don't eat Steve, you fuck. Oh fuck. Dave, he's eating fucking Steve. He just ate fucking Steve. This place sucks. Get the fuck out of here. Those monkeys live here. Oh my god. They're so wrong on the recon here. What the hell? That guy just got oh shit, he's coming for me. He's
Bad
dead.
idea.
Yeah.
And then they send this extermination squad in. You know, it just takes them a few thousand years to get here.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what happened. One of them was like, "Do you see that monkey? I'm gonna give it to him." So horny right now. Dave.
Ew.
And then boom, we show up.
It's those weird Promethean guys from the alien stuff.
They're just looking at an orangutan. They're like, "Let's get it on."
See the video that they show in the very beginning of Prometheus where he's drinking that shit and he falls in the water and stuff. That's just the PG version that they showed. They totally just came down him.
sloshed.
Yeah.
It's not the snow-covered Icelandic thing. He's
Yeah.
just sloshed in a jungle, and there's a bonobo right there, and he's like, "Oh hell yeah, come here, baby."
And then they're like, "Oh shit, that's not what we're gonna show everybody. That's not what happened." All right.
Yeah. It's the fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news at 9. I mean, real news at 9.
Why don't they have Jeff Goldblum in more of these movies?
Well, he's showing up in some more. He was in the new Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, and he was in Thor Ragnarok. He was
Yeah.
real
I
good
feel
at
like-
that.
He's really good in that.
I feel like he's been in a lot of Jurassic Park movies.
He was
Yeah.
in a bunch of the beginning of the first ones, and then wasn't in the first one. He
Yeah.
was in the second one. If he was in the first one, I think it was just his voice, though.
I think it might have heard his voice. I mean, like I said, the dialogue, the movie is just way too long. I feel like
Oh
if it was about 90 minutes, it would be like if they first of all, if they would have been 90 minutes, then it would have only cost like 75 million to make, and they would have been in that they would have made money. Plus, it would have been better because it wouldn't drug out. Like the whole time, I'm like, is this movie still going? What the like? They should have just they should have started it later, and then as second they blew up the ship, that's it. They're done. They killed him. We won. It's just like the first one. There should have been some like cool hacking stuff in there where he takes like his iPod Touch and he's like, I'm gonna hook into their Wi-Fi. Show those motherfuckers how it's done.
Oh man!
Look at that! I just won this game of Angry Birds and infected their system.
He could play like really, really loud techno music or something and make them all go nuts. They'd all start screeching, lose control. The hive would lose its mind. They'd all crash into each other. Yeah.
It's just an anime.
That's pretty much what it just turned into. Yep.
Just anime on there, and they're all like, "Whoa, nope. What is this? Whoa, nope. Whoa. All right, I'm starting to like this."
Damn it.
So I gotta tell you guys. So I was watching that part where the queen picks up the ball. Okay, and I just remembered. I was really hoping that there was 2 spheres there, because it would be so funny if it just ended right there, and then it had that old like joke like, "Balls," said the queen. "If I had 2, I'd be king," and then just the end of the movie.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, yeah, it wasn't good. I don't know what they were doing. They're capitalizing on the nostalgia is what they were doing. It's all they wanted to do, and it didn't work. They did a bad job.
They did, like I said, they don't even have any MacBook stuff in there. They don't have any of the charm. I mean, I did like how the Jeff Goldblum's dad was like shepherding the kids around, and he's like, "Man, you guys are all dumb kids. I'll save you."
Yeah.
Just think if that had had an empty tank of gas, he'd been like, "Well, see you kids later. Good luck with that."
Well, I mean, I'd almost be afraid to be. I mean, I'm telling you what, right now, in today's thing, if there's a bunch of kids there and I'm the only adult around, I'd be like, "You fuckers are walking.
Yeah.
Fuck off." And then so we're sitting there watching this movie. The guy, they stop and they pick the guy up, and then later on the girls. So Kelly, after watching all of the movie, she goes, "Why do they have a kid driving anyways?" I go, "Kelly, what is he going to do? Show up, get in the car, and be like, 'Move over, bitch. I'm driving. I'm the adult here.'"
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That would fly. If that was a kid from Oregon, she'd be like, "This is exactly how it's going to go."
Oh, all right, guys. What rating did you give this?
I gave it 3 stars.
All right.
3 stars, Eric? Okay.
Well, I'm not going to lie. There was times during it. So from the part when the queen ship detaches all the way till the end, I was completely drawn in and was like, all right, I'm starting to like this now. But the first hour and a half, I was like, are you kidding me? They just said that? Is this somebody reading a comic book? What the hell is this dialogue? But I mean, it's not a Sharknado movie.
No, it's not.
No, it's far worse than any Sharknado movie that we've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, so on that note, I gave it 1 star.
Holy shit.
Wow,
Yeah.
She really hated this. I'm gonna go.
Oh, I did.
I'm gonna go 2.5 stars.
Oh my god, I've got to have I need to figure out some movie Kelly would really hate.
On a side note, Ricky gave it 5 stars. He really enjoyed it.
There's no boobs in this movie. There's no way Ricky would give it 5 stars.
No.
There's not even any funny stuff.
Actually, he told me when
nothing
the queen
funny.
alien rips out and there's all the slime around her and it's got her boobs hanging out, he was like, "That just really did it for me, you know." It just
Ooh, so wet.
I was edging and it just pushed me over.
Oh,
so
fuck.
5 stars.
Why is it? Is it bad that I can almost see him being like, "Whoa"?
All right.
When that happened.
Oh man.
So can I. That's why I suggested it.
So yeah, my rating started as a 3, and after talking about it and realizing it, I really just fucking glossed over this whole thing. Just 2 stars.
You gave it a 3 because you glossed it. You were like,
yeah. I was like, no, I remember watching it a while ago. And then I went, no, wait, this was really bad. This wasn't a good movie. So
I liked Professor Oaken a lot.
yeah, no, he give him
I
give
thought
him a
he was-
movie by himself. That'd be fine.
And the African guy. Now that initial part of the story, they did not need to tell about the 10-year ground war.
Yeah.
What the fuck was everybody else doing? There's one ship of the aliens there, and well, that's like a typical American move. Oh yeah, we took out the. You guys fuck with your own shit over here. We're just gonna ignore you guys. Fuck.
We'll tell you. We're gonna tell you how to take them out, and then yeah, fuck you guys. Whatever.
Yeah.
If they kill all you, then America will deal with it.
I almost thought it was a Signs movie, and I was like, why didn't they just get a water sprayer?
Oh man.
So I was kind of wondering about why the aliens had guns now. They didn't have guns in the first one, and now suddenly they've got guns. Like, what the fuck?
We didn't really see them out of their ships in the first one.
Once
Most
or
of the
twice.
stuff, like but
Yeah,
like
one.
they were.
That's it.
Yeah, so like most of the time they were in the ships and stuff. You saw a big crowd of them in the mothership in the first one, but they weren't fighting on the ground.
Here's the other thing that really bothered me. We have had this spaceship at Area 51 for 50 years, and we've discovered this much. And it's like a tiny pinch of fucking shit they've learned from this ship they've had for 50 years. That's the first movie. This one, 20 years later, look at all of our technology now that we've got alien ships. And it's like,
It's because they expected them to come back, so they had to make something to defend themselves.
Well,
The other thing is, the ship was turned off until they showed back up, and then it came back on. So then they were able to start studying it, which they did for a few days. And then I imagine it,
it shut off again, I would imagine, though. Like, everything shut back down when they killed the mothership. Everything.
But they were like, they were studying it. I mean, that having the thing just completely off, you'd be like, how the fuck does this thing even work? It's like having a dead iPhone. You're like, do I take it apart and ruin it? What do I do here? But then when you've got like a whole crapload of motherships that were floating and then they fell down,
yeah,
the iPhone's already broke apart. You're like, all right, let's fish through these guts here. They have like 50 of them.
Well, and you've also you've had a computer hooked up to this ship that actually worked, so maybe you're kind of learning stuff about it that way too.
You know what it was? They got all the designs off that MacBook that he hacked the system with.
That's right. So
he had his U-born virus that took the whole fucking ship out.
While he was in there and looking around hacking shit, he was like, "Oh, the plans for how to build these ships and guns. I'm going to go ahead and download this and take that."
Hey, Will, look at this. I got the Queen's topless pictures right here. Look at these. They're all slime.
This is like some real hentai shit right here.
Yeah.
So the Sphere said that nobody had ever taken down one of those Harvester Queens. It didn't seem like it was that hard.
They took down 2 of them. They took down one in the first movie, too.
You're not giving us enough credit. We're the predators.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're the ones who are going to do that.
Yeah, we're the scary guys who just get all emotional and destroy stuff.
Yeah, the little gray guys are level-headed and really squishy. Compared to them, we're not squishy at all, even though we think we are, because we're fat and pudgy and Americans.
Oh, I mean, could you what would happen? What would it be like to be like? Let's say the moon is the standard gravity amount.
The moon is actually
Mars.
The moon is actually like a giant alien satellite. That's how they do the TV show and send it out.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So let's say Mars is standard gravitation, right? Mars is.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, what do you do? Like, so you're going to have a guy who's grown up there. That's what their body is like, and then we just show up.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to destroy somebody. Could you imagine being able? You could probably jump. I don't know how it works exactly because acceleration is squared. It says a quarter less, but I think you can jump further than 4 times as far because it's squared. Does that make any sense? You know how gravity is feet per second.
Yeah.
Well, how does that work? Because we can jump, like, let's say you got Spud Webb or my brother who can jump 4 feet off the ground straight up in the air. Well, if you have a quarter of the gravity, I mean, it's going to affect you way less at the beginning of the jump, and then I don't know, maybe you could jump 18 feet in the air.
I don't know.
I mean, could you imagine just punching some dude in the face that weighs like 90 pounds? I guess you could go to a schoolyard and test it out. All right, get on the trampoline. Boosh!
You wouldn't have to go that far. I'm sitting 30 here.
Feet.
Just punch Jason in the face. Hey, what's going on, Zoltar?
That was a good time to join.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Next week's movie is Kelly's choice. What are you gonna choose, Kelly?
I am choosing the I'm gonna try that again.
Wow, what are you choosing now?
Some kind of a lesbian.
I'm hooked
No.
already.
Me too.
No,
Oh,
totally not what I was gonna say. Thanks. The Legend of Tarzan.
Ooh, that. Well,
Wow, you just did a 360, no, a 180 with that one.
wow.
Then again, he's quite the Tarzan.
Is that the new one? That.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't watched that one yet.
Man,
It's got the guy from True Blood in it.
I'm getting
Yeah.
sweaty just talking about it.
It's got the guy who played it, the new clown. That's his brother.
Scars.
Yeah,
Guard.
it's like Alexander Skarsgård instead
Yeah.
of Bill Skarsgård played the other one. And then their dad has been in a crap load of stuff. He's in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. He's in a show called River, and then I have seen him in a crap load and can't remember his name.
Yeah, and then I got. Did you already mention the brother from Vikings?
Oh yeah. He's
Yeah.
the guy who plays Loki, or Floki. I'm not sure how they say it.
Yes, it's something like that.
Yeah, it starts with an F.
Oh, Gustav Skarsgård.
Yes.
Yeah, that one is definitely the mailman's kid. Got handsome kid, handsome guy, and then that dude. It's like, no, bro, mailman. Moment of weakness. The mailman's all, yeah.
Could have been a pool boy. You never know.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, who knows? All right, guys. You have anything else you want to talk about?
She doesn't even
this
know.
thing, this movie, this piece of
She
shit.
doesn't even know. Who are you again? I'm your husband. Okay, go for it.
Damn it. Oh man, you guys got anything else?
No.
Nope.
Kid's telling a story. When I was a kid, Bill Cosby was my pool boy.
Oh man. All right, guys.
That's fun.
That's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe over on youtube.com/ Death by Like Presents. What the fuck is it? Go to twitch.tv/heroic adventure, mixer.com/turkadur, mixer.com/turkadur, twitch.tv/turkadur plays. You can subscribe to us on twitch.tv/heroic adventure with your Twitch Prime. That'll help us out. Give us a little cash. You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at hapgaming.com. You can put that in. All that stuff is in the comment, the description. You can also follow us on Twitter at hapgaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkadur. You can follow Eric on Twitter at
Quick and severe.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at
Sugar Snuggles.
You can follow Jason on Twitter at
Unbelievable one.
You can follow Ricky on Twitter at Furry Twitter Balls with no E in the Twitter. I think that's it, though. Join us on Thursday. We'll be playing something. I haven't figured it out yet, but we'll play something. Thursday, 7 to 9 Pacific time. YouTube.com/Death by Lag Presents. Twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure. Mixer.com/Turkadur Plays. Nope. Mixer.com/Turkadur. Twitch.tv/Turkadur Plays. There it is. I think that's it, though. Zoltar, we have known each other. Eric, Kelly, and I have known each other since, what, fucking middle school, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
High school for
Yeah.
Steve, I guess, and then
Yeah. And then Jason I've known for over 10 years. I don't know.
Just over 10 years? It's been 14 years.
13 years?
14.
See, it's,
I think
still
it's been 14.
over 10 years.
I think it's been 14
I didn't say a
years.
little over. I just said over 10 years.
True.
So there you go.
I could have been like, it's been 22 years, Steve. You'd be like,
It had to
"It's
be a
over
while
10."
because my daughter's turning 10 this year, so it had to be quite a bit longer.
Pretty sure it's
before
been
that,
14.
so.
Might have been 15
Anyways,
now.
that's it. We'll talk to you guys next week. It's really fucking hot in here. It's really affecting my brain, I think. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Dude, you need to get a temperature gauge and show that on there.
That's over there. It's next to Jason. Won't go get it apparently.
I don't see it.
It's
You should just put it on there so you could watch. We can it'd be like a live stream thing. We can watch the temperature rise.
Watch.
I am so blind.
As I slowly
don't see
melt.
it anywhere.
Oh man. All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
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 Bye.